Chapter 42, and now it begins. Right as they exited Chinatown, Michael and Latoya were now at the building. 1999 was a code, really. It was where all the real parties at Uptown were happening. If you looked at the cityscape of New York at exactly midnight, from the south, one building's lights would be on in a pattern forming the numbers 1999 vertically, and stay on until morning. Something so obvious that no one ever bothered to check to see what really went on inside. And why would they? Cops know better than to go snooping around in there. What do you do when you're a cop or an investigator that gets curious and you decide to go in and finds the chief of police plus the mayor snorting coke off the tits of an imported Argentinian prostitute? Arrest them? Good luck with that. Michael had actually been to 1999 before. Back then it was called Studio 54, and it was a lot more open to the press and public. Not that it was all in secret, supposedly, all hush-hush. What went on in that magical building was nothing less than what you might have expected from Sodom and Gomorrah back in biblical times. If it wasn't for all the arrogant jackasses there or the horrible music, Michael actually liked hanging out in Studio 54. There were simpler times, I think, plus I picked up a lot of Isabella types there. But he saw how fucked up and crazy things got. That sex party I had gone to involved a lot of despicable shit by a bunch of blue-collar freaks with no imaginations. A lot of dirty shit, but one thing it most definitely didn't involve was possible sorcery. Yeah, it was kind of like that, although when he was at Studio 54, Michael did never see any of it. Since it supposedly happened mostly behind closed doors, places mostly celebrities and high socialites were allowed in, but Michael's kind weren't. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Sorcery, witchcraft, black magic, voodoo, mumbo jumbo, really? But I've been around people of higher status, and the one thing you learn about them quick is they're a group that are just full of secrets. A much more enlightened group that are possibly dealing with otherworldly forces, which is what's possibly keeping them fat and wealthy and on top of shit, while keeping the rest of us at the bottom, us all drowning in the cesspool of subservient living, keeping us all as slaves. So pretty much some selling one's soul to some devil type of shit, really. Now, honestly, no, of course, I don't truly believe in all that stuff, but then again, I don't know. I won't deny the fact that I've experienced some real uncanny shit myself. So were those things real? Or were they just my mind playing tricks on me? And remember, I ain't no wastoid, no drug abuser, and, let's face it, there are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt up in your philosophy and shit. So there. And if that ain't enough, I'll let this one out also. I do believe the shit I'm capable of also has something supernatural about it too. I mean, I got magic. I do believe my abilities as a lover and a fighter might have some magical properties behind it. I mean, how do I even begin to describe how it feels to be me when I'm on top of my game doing what I do best? And then there's the fact that a lot of women I've been with throughout the course of my life keep saying they've seen brilliant flashes of light sometimes shining out. No, I'm not fucking kidding here. I've heard them making that claim time and time again, and all while I'm, doing what I do best. And no, personally, from my point of view, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, since I've never seen it, nor how I'm supposed to be an angel, which some have made the claim of seeing me being as. That or a devil. Now that I do believe possible. But yeah, hope I don't go in here now and see a bunch of pagan nutbags wanting to stick me in a wicker man and try to burn me alive to be some pagan god of blowjobs or something. As wild as what Studio 54 had been, Michael had no clue what awaited him here in this building. Actually, Latoya might know. So Latoya, what am I going to find in here? Asked Michael. What makes you think I know what? But then Michael stared her down as to say, I ain't judging. Just let me hear it. Okay, let's just say you're going to see a lot of stuff going on, and most of it not all too pretty, responded Latoya squeamishly. Yeah, I remember Studio 54. Now what about this place? Well, no pagan shit or anything like reenacting that one scene from the Conan the Barbarian movie, right? Asked Michael, and now Latoya made a worrisome look. Well, it's got better music, noted Latoya. and it seemed like that's all she was willing to give. Fine, fuck it. I think I need something like this after the night I've had, thought Michael as his eyes glared with anticipation. Might not be so bad. I mean, surely the worst is now over, right? Getting a couple lines of coke off the tits of my own Argentinian babe, watch a bunch of rich pagan assholes try to summon Cthulhu, and then watch them do so and get devoured by it, while I choke Radboy on the side. Sounds like a night to remember, thought Michael, and accepted it. Also, if that Argentinian babe decides she wants to do a couple of lines off me, I'll spread a whole load across the length of my, yeah, that's right, and have her snorted off that. And considering the spread of that line, I'll probably have 3 of those baits OD on me before they reach the tip, thought Michael and smiled. Fine, let's go in, said Michael and felt ready. Michael, you can't just walk in there. Who's your pass? Betamax. Betamax? Really? Oh. Latoya was now laughing hysterically. She had a very quaint but maniacal laugh that could get anyone else going, just by hearing her out. Oh, what's so funny about that? Asked Michael. So, what did you get to get your pass? Asked Latoya, with her mouth partially cocked open like she was expecting some. Nothing. What do you mean? Wondered Michael, looking confused. I mean, you do know Betamax, for the longest time, has been infatuated over you, right? Wait, what? What are you talking about? That limey prick used to try just about anything to get to Nikki. Not me, explained Michael. No, he was messing with Nikki to get to you. You didn't see that? Asked Latoya. Michael actually had no clue about this, until now. But now that he thought about it, it all started to make sense. Even while Betamax was flirting with Nikki, he was just about always staring at Michael. Michael just thought Betamax was doing it to fuck with him, but now... Latoya, he wasn't even there at Big Dick's gym, okay? This might sound crazy, but he was broadcasting himself over the TV. No, that's Betamax, all right. No surprise there, explained Latoya while awkwardly looking to one direction. A pause. Wait, you went to the beefcake hideout? Asked Latoya as she snapped back to attention. That's where Sad Boy told me, you know what, forget it. Let's just go in and see what happens. Michael felt a little uncomfortable now. He thought, what if Betamax wants something in return for allowing me into 1999? Well, fuck that. He could kiss my ass if he does, and not literally. And then, as Michael was about to get off the bike him and Latoya just rode in on, a couple of yuppies with their ladies exited the building from the lobby and started laughing their asses off, holding each other, while their ladies started staring at Michael and smiling. And seeing that, Michael thought, you know what? Been feeling a bit down with Latoya here after what she did, and I think I need to drop that feeling quick. Fuck this shit. Enough drowning yourself in depressing shit, Michael. I mean, what the fuck was that earlier? Almost having a panic attack over... But then Michael grew aghast and checked himself from thinking about it any further. The thought had become just too terrifying for him, and as he looked back at Latoya, he started thinking about something else. Also, fuck that old touch thing I was thinking about earlier, too. I shouldn't just give up on new ones altogether just yet. Maybe I haven't been trying hard enough. Maybe my libido can still grow with her newer women. Then thought Michael as he noticed the 2 chicks that were with the yuppies were still staring at him. Michael then wondered, damn, they're still checking me out? Wow. Maybe I do got some black magic voodoo mumbo jumbo whatever that gets women to get this way. I mean, what exactly is it that's getting them this excited? I haven't even whipped out my old pocket watch yet. And they're practically going gaga over there checking me out. But then Michael realized it must have had something to do with how he looked, all Marlon Brando'd ups, all sweaty and masculine, in his studded Leatherman jacket while a smoking hot dark-skinned woman sat to his back, holding on to him like a lover, as they both sat on top of a chromed-out chopper that glimmered and glistened and danced under the moonlight. Oh, shit. I see it now. I'd want to fuck me, too, if I saw that. The 2 seemed just about ready to walk over and dive right in, like they would be if they were going skinny dipping. They were both fairer than white snow and looked fragile almost, very Scandinavian looking, both super skinny, both platinum blonde, one having short hair, all flat top the way women do it down, the other big hair and long. Looking like one was the butch and the other was the bitch, but definitely not lesbians considering the vibes Michael was getting. They were all biting their pinkies, looking at Michael, seeing up and down with surrendering eyes, and perpetually giggling, and doing that clumsy, rhythmless, stumbling around thing that pasty white chicks that don't know how to dance tend to do when they're prancing around feeling excited and horny. Which Michael found cute and quaintly sexy, but then again, their thighs were way, way, way too far apart. Hey, no one's perfect. I'll still fuck their brains out though, and it looks like I'd be able to wreck them in a second. Although they don't seem like they'd know what they'd be doing. They look like they'd probably spend most of the time giggling to each other while feeling insecure about their gag reflexes. They seem very inexperienced. Looks like they'd start gushing the second my tip greeted their rosy petals. I'd probably be doing them more of a favor, which I ain't totally against the idea. Fuck it, why not? I'll take one chick on my junk and the other one on my face as I seesaw their bony asses to the moon. Although still more of a service to them than me. Would have been nice if Latoya was to join in and teach them a thing or two. Michael smiled back, but then the two yuppies that the ladies were with saw what was going on and grabbed them by their arms, and an argument ensued. No time for love, Dr. Jones, whispered Michael to himself as Latoya just rolled her eyes. As Michael and Latoya got up to the front entrance, Michael then took a good look inside the lobby and saw two giant figures in suits standing in front of the elevators. Oh no, those two are here, expressed Latoya haphazardly with a frown. Friends of yours? Michael asked. But Latoya said nothing. Entering the building, the two goons in front of the elevators then immediately turned their heads towards Michael and Latoya and began staring suspiciously. Judging from what Michael saw, they had to be twins, two massive black dudes wearing shades that were frowning so hard that they were turning it into an Olympic sport. And if they were to hug each other, they would only be a bit smaller than that Valkyrie of a woman Michael had met at Big Dick's gym. As Michael and Latoya approached them, one of them stepped forward. You that Madboy character, right? Asked one of the brothers. From the sound of his accent, he must have been Kenyan or something. Yeah, that's me, responded Michael. Hey, Latoya, how you doing, sweetheart? Said the other. Oh, I'm fine, Jamil. What you doing with this fool here? Said again the first. Oh, don't worry about it, I know him. Okay, said the second, all suspicious like. Oh, great, they're the type that like to finish each other's sentences. Oh, and how are you doing, Jaleel? Asked Latoya, smiling haphazardly. Jaleel then smiled as then Jamil just smiled, and as they turned their heads towards Michael, Jamil then started frowning as Jaleel then started frowning right after. Great pair of conversationalists these two are. Hey, Betamax made instructions that one of us to escort you around upstairs. Make sure this place don't turn into another Stompy's place. Dig? Explained Jamil as he lowered his head down and looked at Michael with his own eyes over his shades. Sounds reasonable, responded Michael. Oh, and another thing. Sorry, Latoya. You're not on the guest list for tonight. But if you want, you can chill here with me, said Jaleel, finishing Jamil's sentence. Jaleel then started smiling as Jamil then started smiling right after. You guys are really a funny pair, I tell you that, chuckled out Michael. But as Michael tried to hold on to the humor of their presence, both Jamil and Jaleel then started doing their frowning bit again. Michael felt a little tired of the act. Okay, can we go now, Jamil? Asked Michael, beckoning with his eyes. They were in the elevator now, and there was George Michael's Careless Whispers playing inside. Fucking elevator music. Always something to do with a sax and soft rock shit. I don't hate it, though.